welcome to Casual Babble. Hey, it's your boy, BC Babble. This conversation could get a little weird. I'm not trying to say that I'm a nerd, but we are definitely about to get our nerd on, so this is Casual Babble. Made that mistake once where I went through an hour and a half's worth of a show with a really good friend of mine. And I noticed when I went to go turn it off that I had just turned it on.
Oh my God.
The beauty of it was, audio-wise, I caught the moment that I realized that I had just missed an hour and a half of my show. And I blew the fuck up. So, not sure what to use that audio for yet, but it'll be used for something in the future.
Something great.
Some definite like promotion, either for the show or like when I do a video for what not to do.
That
when
would
trying
be a
to
good
produce
one.
a podcast.
Perfect.
Like,
Yeah, no.
don't fuck yourself over, basically.
I feel like it would turn into one of those background sounds. You know what I mean? Like everyone would just make their own like a TikTok. It just turns into a TikTok audio.
Like funny enough, like this, like these right here, like set sound effects. Like I would be like Garrett, who's the owner of this. Program this into this, because you know someone's gonna have a show where someone's gonna fuck up, and they should just have that prepared audio for it. Otherwise, they're missing out. They really are, because it was a pristine moment, especially when it was caught on camera.
Oh my God!
By the owner.
Everyone can
Everyone can see it.
Everyone knows.
Awesome. I'm pretty sure he saved it somewhere. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, if he heard it, he had to.
He's
there's
known
no
me.
way
He's also known me for like 3 years. He's like, oh, BC. He told me this too. Of all people to make that kind of mistake, you were the last person I would have expected to just screw yourself over for a whole episode like that.
That's something I would do.
Yeah, it's okay though. The person I was with went ahead and like reserved another weekend, so we got it fixed.
Oh, that's cool.
So crappy. Anyway. Well, hello, you beautiful individual. Welcome back to the show. It's BC Babbles, and this is Casual Babble. In the studio today with me is a recent associate of mine. We went through training hell together at Town Square Interactive over here in Charlotte, the Queen City, and she is joining me, gracing my presence and the show's presence tonight on the Friday of the 3rd of, I'm not sure why I'm saying it like that, of June. So please welcome Nicole to the show.
Hi.
How you doing?
Excited to be here.
So today's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. I've never said that really with as much meaning as I do today, because today's been a day. How's your Friday been?
My Friday was so easy. I only had one GC who was super cool, super just didn't care about anything.
How was the client? Like, were they at least respondent?
Yeah, no, he's super nice. Super great guy. He had no answers to any of my questions.
Oh,
whatsoever.
Love it. Love to hear it.
I was like, what do you do? Like, why should somebody, book with you?
Why are you here?
Yeah, why are you here? No idea.
No idea.
Not a clue. I was like, okay.
Did she legit say like no idea?
Yeah, no, he was like, I don't know. I was like, great. Good start. This is a great start. He's like, yeah, my wife says I'm indecisive. I was like, good.
At least your wife knows you. Yeah, for sure. We love the passion in those clients. Mine today, I only had one today, thank God. I don't know why I took it even. So I had I brought on 2 clients yesterday. Again, one client took a little while. I'm happy both of those sessions were like under an hour, but today was not that way. But at least both clients yesterday were like pretty understanding of like what we were trying to do. So I got through it both of them in like an hour. So I left work last night at like 5:50. Tonight at 6.
Oh no.
Tonight though, the client that I brought on was just like sweet guy, younger guy, doing a plumbing business. Was it plumbing? Yes, plumbing. But it's just that he would go off on a tangent every single time. And it's not like it wasn't a non-associated tangent. It was related. But it's like, I don't need that information now. And I'm not really even sure I need it. Like, like when I was asking him, like, okay, what are your main services for this company? He'd be like, this. But then he would start off with, because, man, whenever I go over to this place, yada, 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 it's like, okay, dude, that's great, Josh. I just need you to list four words. We're going for a 4-word list here, brah. That ended up going from, I think, 4 o'clock to 5:40.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Granted, my first GCC was longer than that, but I was just like, bro. And plus, he had, I've never done the Engage, but he got engaged with his package. So I had to figure that out on the fly.
Yeah.
And if we haven't mentioned Engage on the show before, Engage is like a way for our clients to engage with their clients by like keeping records and stuff. Never saw it before on the GCC form, so I had to figure it out right there and then, which wasn't fun.
Love learning on the fly.
Love it. Along with the retargeting. Oh, yeah. Along with the retargeting, I think while it took forever to get through like the content, I think the design is where it became interesting because they kept switching up what they wanted. We went through blues and reds and burnt oranges and like cranberry reds, but I convinced them to go for like a red base color, like a dark red base color, but like silver and gold highlights.
Interesting.
We'll see how it turns out. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but I had to get that shit done because I had shit to do.
Yeah, obviously. At $5.50, absolutely not. I'd be like, yep. So you want red? Great. Gotta go.
Right, exactly. Good Lord.
Not a single one of mine has cared at all about color.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've just been like, yeah, you do whatever. And so the guy today, he was like that, you do whatever. So I was like, okay, listen, is this a you do whatever and you're actually going to be okay with me doing whatever?
Right.
Is this a you do whatever and you're going to come back with 50,000 edits? Because we're not doing that.
Right,
we're
exactly.
Just not doing
like,
that.
Granted, that's for my PM to take care of, but like, no. Man, and I got a transfer yesterday from somebody who's on my team. Got hold of him today, and he was kind of rough. He was one of those cases where it's like he had only launched last month, but apparently there's been like no communication, which I get. You know, I just lost another client because of that. But he was at a point where he's like very candid. He's like, I like that you're talking to me. Yeah. Because we spoke for like half an hour. Yeah. But he was like, unless I can get like a free month to make up for that lack of communication, I cannot stay with it. So he ended up getting that. Not good. Promoting that for our future clients. Down low. I have like AWOT listeners, so it's okay. I don't think it'll get back to the company. Oh man, but he was rough. Because I was listening into a similar guy yesterday I was shadowing, and that conversation blew up. You love to listen to like curses being thrown back and forth for sure.
Oh, it's the best. It's so exciting. It's riveting, really.
Especially when you have to do nothing. You're not the one trying to save it. You can just like popcorn the whole time.
Yes, I'm like, I just want to sit and listen. Can I get both sides of the conversation, please? I need headphones or something.
But first full week on the job, but first full week not training for us. We got a little taste of it last week with just Friday being the day, but this week was, not even a full week. We got Monday off. But how was your overall experience?
Honestly, I'm really enjoying it. I was telling a couple people today, I was like, I feel like I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Because it's been I've been coasting. Yeah. It's been so nice. It's been super easy. I haven't had any super demanding clients. I did today have a lady who called, but she knew exactly what she wanted, but it was like 2 pages of edits, but she knew exactly what she wanted and she knew exactly like how to get it done. Okay. She had talked to some other like ladies in her work group that were helping promote, you know, and so she knew exactly what she wanted done. I was like, great. It was easy. It was a long conversation. It was a lot to do, but she knew what she wanted. And so like that was super easy to deal with. But yeah, no, everybody's been super chill. I have not had anybody that was rude to me. Nothing.
I need to live like vicariously through you, it sounds like.
Oh, it's been so nice.
Because I'm over here stressing the fuck out. Which is crazy because I'm on like the most lax team. I feel like they're looking to everything they do is a game. Yes, they have like 1,000 games, and it's like it's great. It's like I'm over here stressing the fuck out. But they've all been there longer than me. But no, can't say I've not had one day where I'm not like freaking out because I'm like I feel like I'm spending way too much time on every client, going through everything they have. Which we were told day one, don't do that. But we're also told day one, while you have a few clients, pretend like you have 200. So it's like, where's the balance? See, because I haven't found it.
Yeah, I feel like I've very much gone with I am pretending that I have 200 clients. 100%. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm getting through things as fast as I can. Like just taking down the basics of everything, like enough to be able to have an involved, like informative conversation with you if I do get you on the phone. Right. But in the back of my mind, I know I'm not going to get you on the phone, and I know that like I have 14 other things and people that I need to call. But I don't know if that's going to bite me in the ass or not. We shall see.
We don't know yet, right?
Right. I'm like, I feel like I'm just
trying to figure it out.
Yeah, like what? Am I waiting on something? I don't know.
Right. People who are going to listen to this podcast only are going to wonder what that sound was. I'm going to point that out right now. I was just. Yeah, it's a clean show for the most part. I promise. So what's
twiddling my thumbs.
What's your strategy though? Like, so I'm trying to figure out like what do I do per call? I know when I shadowed one person before, she was like, so I have like an hour in the morning where I just do calls. I don't do edits. I'll take notes for edits, but I won't do them. And then in the afternoon, like 1 or 2 hours to actually do the edits. And I'm not doing that yet. I'm spending like 20, 40 minutes on each client that I have. I have no system yet.
I don't know that I have an actual system or if I'm like I feel like I'm developing a system. So I've kind of broken it down. Like when I come back from lunch and when I get there in the morning and right before I leave, I just only focus on my emails. And I've dedicated like a certain time, I feel like, to doing like, hey, making sure all of like the clients I've worked with throughout the day are buttoned up, like right before, making sure I have things done. But I feel like when I check my email, that's when I like, if I have an email from a client, like I deal with those things like when I'm in my email block, if that makes sense. And then I'll go and do the things that were on my to-do list that I didn't get done from yesterday.
Right.
But I don't like, if I see an email from a client and they want A, B, and C done, I go do A, B, and C.
Sure.
It like right then and there. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but and then like my inbox is clear. Like each time I go in my inbox, I clear it out.
Dude, I've been good with that up until today. I think I've got like 20 emails sitting there right now.
I have
that are gonna freak me out on Monday.
0 emails in my inbox, and it is the most satisfying feeling I've ever had. That is my like. It doesn't matter client wise as long as my email inbox is at 0.
I've noticed you've gotten to experience the satisfying moments kind of quick with here. Like just when it comes to like making sure all of your what are they called? Heart
metrics
are all green, or the first one to make your heart metric go green. I was like, oh, that must feel so good.
It was amazing.
Because it took me a day to actually do that myself after you did. And I was like, oh my God, Nicole, I get it.
Yes.
This feels so good.
It's just like a, wow, I did that.
Yeah,
like,
exhale.
I just did that. Yes.
I can breathe now. Oh my God. But today, honestly, so wait, when you get like emails, are they direct from clients or are they ISWs? Like someone called in and you're hearing about it secondhand?
So I've gotten a few ISWs, but I haven't gotten a ton of them. I definitely have gotten a lot more emails from clients than I have ISWs, but it's just like the same clients. Like I have not had contact still with probably half of my book.
Same. Now, are the clients the ones that you brought on, or are they old clients that were transferred as we were in training?
Okay, so most of the first like 15 clients I got transferred, still haven't spoken to them. I would say almost every single one of them I have not spoken to.
Gotcha.
It was the ones that like once we got Hot Pod and I started getting like transfers, Taylor would say, hey, I'm going to send you this one, or Emily would send me a couple, like 5 at a time. Those are the ones that I've had like, you know, I've dealt with them and I've had to fix issues with them. And then I've had a couple conversations with like the people I'm bringing on.
Sure.
But other than that, like I haven't, that 15, the original 15, not a blip. Nothing.
Love it.
Yeah.
I think the ones that I got a hold of more quickly when it came to the first set of transfers are all cancels. Yeah. That's where I'm pretty sure most of them are. A few of them I feel like should be cancels because like I don't like the reporting. I don't like the numbers.
Yeah.
But they just seem nonchalant.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with.
Roll with it.
You know?
Roll with it.
I'm going to still try to tidy things up so that you don't ever put me in this situation because I don't like it so far.
Yeah.
I hate the cancel situation. I hate it so much.
Yes.
And then, so first GCC that I had went live today. Same for you?
Yes. Did go live. Yes. I had to
think
about it for a second.
I forgot that he was going live, so I didn't learn about that until after my late GCC. So after that, I had to jump onto a call with him and be like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Thankfully, our creative team killed it with the website. He's good there. He's like, I just want to change some pictures. I'm like, dude, send them to me. I'm going to do them on Monday, but otherwise it was good. Yeah. I was so worried. I don't know why.
Now that I think about it, I got an email today from my project manager that was like, hey, he went live on 5/20. And I was like,
5/20?
That was, okay, calm down.
Do we even do GCCs? Not that we would have had them anyway.
No, so I double checked and then it was like, he went live 2 days ago. I'm like, okay. That's all right.
It's a bit different.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So I still like immediately gave him a call and he was like, yeah, the only thing is that's like the very first picture on the main page. Yeah. I don't have anything to do with those. I was like, good, got it. And he's like, other than that, love it.
Easy fix.
I was like, wonderful.
Now, what I was worried about with mine was that he's over in the Chester area, South Carolina. And he was like, so there's a lot of Chester on my website, but like, I don't really do a lot in Chester. I'm kind of over here in like Rock Hill, kind of like, I get that. And I was worried that I was going to be like, so we have to start you in Chester. Yeah. And he was going to be like, nah, I want to be like Rock Hill. I'm like, I get that. It's only 20 minutes away, so it's definitely in your future, but we need to start you off where you are, brah. Yeah. That conversation went for a little bit, and I was concerned, but I got him to be like, okay, cool. Yep. I'm cool. That's fine. Whatever. Yep. But I was like, oh, you can develop. Like, I get it. You went live yesterday, I guess, but like, dude, it's too late. You're in the same time zone, too. You know how late it is. Oh, and that's what kind of freaked me out about the GCC that I ended up taking because I'm stupid. Because the sales lady was like, so I know it's kind of late and I really appreciate you taking this call. If you know it's late, why are you trying to get someone on the call?
Right?
Like, come on. Like,
what was she going to do if you were just like, nah?
I know, and I should have been too because I was that way. Did you get like 2 attempted GCCs in the morning?
I got like 4 attempted.
Oh my God.
Is anybody else seeing this?
Because I'm coming in fresh off of, I took 2 yesterday. So I'm like, I'm not touching anyone today. I don't care how nice they are. And I wish I would have stuck with that because, again, the client that I got at 4 o'clock was just like, God. But I was like, what are you doing? Today's not the day. And then I asked one of my team members, he's like, we're not going to go back till morning for national until July. So I'm like, okay, just to be sure, the ones I'm ignoring now on purpose are incorrect anyway. She's like, yeah, you're good. I'm like, awesome. Great.
Wonderful.
Love it. Oh my gosh. So today you had to go home for lunch. We would have had you with us, but you had to take care of doggy poo. What's up with doggy?
So he has a very sensitive stomach.
Yes.
Very sensitive. So he's on very specialized food, and I boarded him. So they gave him a hamburger and a hot dog on Memorial Day because they had a cookout, obviously.
For the dogs.
For the dogs, yes.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Hamburgers, hot dogs.
Love it.
Greek frozen yogurt treats. They had a grand old time.
They can do that?
I think so. It's like puppy ice cream.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Greek yogurt, I think.
I wouldn't have thought Greek yogurt, but okay.
I think it's all right. I would assume they're the professionals, not me.
Right. Yeah.
But no, he is still feeling the effects of it, and so am I.
So as in
quite unfortunate.
You got to clean it up after it.
Mm-hmm. Multiple days in a row. It's wonderful.
Poor
We're
puppies.
thriving.
Gosh, damn.
Yeah.
I hate that. I really do.
I try to take him to Skip Town a lot, get like all the energy, do everything you need to do, and then we're gonna go home and go home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Mama needs to sleep after this week.
Yes, I'm supposed to go hiking in the morning at like 8 a.m. and I was like,
where?
South Mountain State Park.
Where's that from here?
Couldn't tell you. It's an hour and a half away. That's all I know.
Love it. When you got to wake up for it.
No idea what direction.
So that's at 8 o'clock. So when are you going to wake up and leave for it? Maybe. You seem like you're in
I think we're leaving at 8, so I'm going to wake up at like 7:30.
Okay.
I don't know. I was like, they're like 8 o'clock. I was like, there's no other time we can go.
Right. There's a whole weekend. And you have to do 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday.
But okay.
Can't go like on Sunday.
Right? Or just, all right, whatever.
Dang.
I'm going to sleep on the way up there.
Yeah.
I'm not driving.
I haven't gone hiking since my college days. Granted, I really didn't do hiking unless I was still with my fraternity and I was being forced to do it, kind of forced to do it. I will tell you that hiking the Appalachian Mountains at night, that's something.
Yeah, I don't think you could pay me enough money to do that. Not happening.
Pretty sure it was illegal too, but we did that. Beautiful view at night.
I'm
granted,
sure.
It was gorgeous once we went through that like mile-long hike and got up there. But yeah,
Great view.
Don't recommend it. Don't recommend it at all.
Yeah, I don't think I've been hiking. Yeah, in years.
Years.
I asked some of the girls at work. I was like, it's a stupid question here. Is it okay to wear like 270s hiking? I don't have sneakers. Like, those are the only sneakers I have. I don't know what shoes to wear hiking.
Right.
They were like, just wear shoes. Just wear sneakers. Like, you'll be fine. I was like,
I'd be so screwed if I was invited because I literally only have these shoes.
Literally, I was like, I have Nike running shoes. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I never, and granted,
Can I wear those?
You go to App State and you have like 10 stores on the same street that sell all of your hiking stuff, all of your canoeing stuff. Never bought a single thing. Never did. I do recall like when I went to college around, which was like 2011, that's when like those 5-finger shoes were becoming a thing.
Absolutely not.
I got some off-brand ones and they were okay. Like it's like a mountainous campus over there at App State.
Interesting.
So I was like, I'll try these out. It was horrible. The worst thing I did, because if
it makes my toes itch just thinking about it.
It was an interesting sensation to have so much breathability on my feet. Granted, there was a lot more breathability. The one day I bought into what was kind of the App State student vibe, which was to go to school to class barefoot.
Oh my God.
And I did that one time.
They did that at my school. We would see it, just people walking around campus, in the parking lot, through the grass. I'm like, you're walking in the calf and you're barefooted? Absolutely not.
I mean, like, granted, like, Stanford... Go ahead.
It's very interesting. I understand the concept of, like, you know, connecting with nature, touch your feet to the ground.
Right.
That's great. You want to have class outside and have your shoes off there. That's fine. I am just a little... when you're walking in the calf and then going in the bathroom and you don't have shoes on, it makes me a little
like
antsy. Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. It's like I never did it again. I did it for that one morning class and I did not do it again. But I found the culture of those students so interesting. I mean, granted, they were the same students who did that all the time were always over on Sanford Mall, which was like the big hangout space on campus, and they were always doing the tightrope walking, and they were always in there, oh my God, what are they called? Not the sleeping things that you put on the trees, hammocks.
Yes.
Always in the hammocks. But that was interesting walking, and I was on the other side of campus too, barefoot the whole way, all the way across campus to my comms intro class. Loved it.
Interesting.
Never did it again.
They did the same thing at my campus. It's a club, a cult.
Yeah, North Carolina. Cult might be a good word for it. Never seen it outside that campus.
No, it happened at my campus exactly as you're describing, with the tightrope and everything, with the hammocks.
The same people.
Yes.
Probably wearing all the same. All of them also owning at least one of those like poncho kind of coats.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. With the pants, with the baggy. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And all of their sandals are not like flip flops or like those strap across.
The Chacos.
Oh, Chacos. Yep, exactly.
Yep, those are the ones.
Cult. Probably worse than Scientology, but definitely a cult. Absolutely. But talk about school. So where did you go?
I went to North Greenville University. It's in Greenville, South Carolina.
Yes. How was we just talk about the student culture there, but how was it otherwise?
I enjoyed it a lot. Had nothing to do with the school itself. Only the people.
That's always a good reason.
Yeah, no, there were a few teachers that like I see them now at my friends' weddings and stuff, and I still love them. Professor Battenfield, one of my favorite people ever. But other than that, no. It's the people. Like the people there, the reason I stayed. There were at least 3 years I was like, you know what, I'm out. I'm transferring. I'm going someplace else. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Nope, never did. The people, I'm still so close with some of the people that I'm there.
I'm similar with me. A few teachers I still love, and I would love to see them again. But the one thing that I hated about college was that you had to still do gen ed classes.
Yes.
I feel like going through high school and doing the honors classes that I did proves
that was enough.
I mean, like, unless I'm going to major in mathematics, why do I have to take it again? I don't need it. I'm going to be a radio person. I don't need it.
Okay, so I don't know if anybody can take my diploma away for saying this, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you a secret, okay?
Okay.
So the last semester I was doing my science class online. And I never finished my last science lab. So you're supposed to have two.
Yeah.
I never finished that class. And I never took algebra in college.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Still got my diploma. It's sitting on my wall at home.
That's some bullshit, App State. App State, we got to talk.
Shout out into you.
Like, I've always wanted to, like, recontact the college and be like, look, let's be honest. I wasted my time every single time I was in one of these classes. Can I just, like, get those loans refunded back to me? Because I'm in debt.
Get that money back.
I mean, you could keep the loans that I took out for, like, my comm classes because, you know, I have a career in comm. But, like, yeah, the oceanography, didn't need it. Of all the sciences I could have chosen, I chose that fucker right there. Oceanography.
Interesting.
And I was hoping when I read it, it was like marine biology because I'm down for learning about animals.
Yeah.
Why not? No, it was about topography, which is when you map the ocean floor.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Because here's the thing. Even if I was in a science career, I can guarantee you would never find me as an oceanographer because fuck the Marianas Trench. Fuck that shit with everything she's worth. I will never in my life go anywhere near that trench.
Honestly, the ocean scares me, I think, a lot more than like anything else on Earth does.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me, and I could be completely wrong here. These are just theories, you know, that they say like, you know, there's so much of the ocean that isn't explored.
Exactly.
But we've decided we're going to go into space.
Right.
I find that hard to believe. Like, you're right here. You got it right there. Might as well just like check it out. So if you have checked it out, maybe it's too scary. That's why you're going up. Or you just haven't checked it out and you're being lazy. I mean,
because like
it's off.
People came up with different myths for a reason. Like the Leviathan came from somewhere. The Kraken came from somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the person to find out where that came from.
No desire.
Like definitely send the one person who has just no fucks to give. Send them down. Bliss here. Like, I feel like in horror movies, it's people who do give a shit that die. Yeah. So send the fucker that doesn't give a shit because he'll probably survive. Right? And just be like, yeah, Cthulhu's down there. That's a big we chatted it up. Don't go down there.
Seems cool.
Done. I feel like we had a conversation kind of touching on that like last week or the week before where I was like, you know what? I think I prefer to be lost in space. And not in the ocean.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel safer. Like, I mentioned I watched a movie called Event Horizon with Sam Neill. It's like about a spaceship that like went through a portal, came back, but like it went to like a hell dimension. I'm okay with that more than going down to the ocean.
I think it depends on the depth of the ocean. Like, if I had to live in the ocean, can I just like hang out at like somewhere around like 100 feet? I'm good.
Reef, like Great Barrier Reef. I'll live there. Yeah. Call me Ariel.
I'm good there.
Yes.
Atlantis? Absolutely.
But Atlantis is kind of deep too. Like, make sure I can see it from far away so I know where I'm going.
Lots of light. Yes. Lots of light. That's like, crucial. That's
water highways, crucial. Please. Even with like the people that with like the planes that they do this thing, do it. Like,
in my head, all I can picture is fishtails. You remember that movie?
Yes.
That's what I'm picturing in my head.
That works. That works for me. Or that like I'm down for any lagoon. I can lagoon it up. Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Not like Blue Lagoon because fuck a stonefish. I'm not about to step on a stonefish and die unless someone like that hot and hunky is going to like bring me to life. But yeah, otherwise I'm just not for the ocean. Certain ocean setups and we'll talk about it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like boats. I like being on boats.
I like being on boats too.
Yeah. Sailboats are good. Don't have any desire to be like in the ocean, in the middle of the ocean, but on the boat in the middle of the ocean. Good.
Honestly, the boat still for me has to be like within like 30 feet of water. Like we can't just be out anchoring in the middle of the ocean. No. I still need to be able to.
No, like deep sea fishing for you.
Okay. Nope. I'd rather try to kiss a tiger shark. You know what? It's trash. I'll kiss a box jellyfish before I try doing that.
No, jellyfish scare me a little bit. I got stung when I was little. It wrapped all the way up my legs.
What kind was it? Like one of those like typical like fluffy ones or like a box jellyfish?
I don't know what the difference is, but I would assume it's a fluffy one.
Okay.
The ones you see on the beach, the ones that sting.
Turn that off.
It wrapped all the way up my legs.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, it was not a good experience. It really scarred me. Never have I ever even seen another live jellyfish. I just see the dead ones on the beach.
Just the
but
that's where you should stay.
But other than that, yeah, no.
Funny enough, the box jellyfish ones are not the floofy ones that are easily seen. They're like almost invisible because their heads are like almost clear through. I'll pull a picture of it up since I got my computer here.
Oh my gosh, yes, I'm so interested. I have never. I don't want to sound uneducated, but I don't know if I've ever heard of them.
So yeah, you can barely see these.
Oh wait a second, they're the ones from Nemo.
No, so the ones from Nemo are like these here. Yeah. They're a lot more visible like that, but a box jellyfish, if you're looking down in the water, you can't see it. I don't know if I can find like a good picture to show that off, but like you see here how you can barely see the make of it.
Interesting.
And those are the ones that are like the most lethal.
It almost looks like an X-ray.
It does.
Of a jellyfish.
They're that like clear coated.
Okay, you see where it says sting?
Yeah.
That's what mine looked like.
Damn. How old were you again?
Like 5 or 6.
Ooh, that's definitely something you remember.
Legs. It was awful.
Both legs? I thought it was just one leg.
Nope. Up both legs.
That
it was awful.
Sucks. Oh my God. I'm not going to go here. I kind of want to because I watched.
Oh my God, I'm going to have to turn around.
I watched Dr. Pimple Popper, but I'm not going to force it on you. I'll say that for later. But yeah, injuries, ocean life, only circumstantial. I'm not going to live in the ocean. Whoo. Nope. So going to school, what was your major in school? Sports
management.
Okay, talk about it.
Okay, so I chose sports management with this whole track that I was going to be an attorney, sports attorney, kind of, sort of, was where I thought I was going to go, but I wanted to be an agent for a long time. I wanted to be an agent, preferably work in baseball. But yeah, obviously that didn't really happen.
Was it like a happenstance deterrent, or like you were just kind of like you fell out of it, or what were you thinking?
A little bit of both. Okay. I think I just kind of like developed. I figured out when I was in that I was kind of doing what I thought I wanted to do based on my surroundings a little bit. And then I think as I've grown up a little bit, I realized I want to work for myself. I want to run my own business. not that I don't have any interest in doing it. It still would be something awesome. I also don't have any desire to go into thousands of dollars of debt.
Fair enough.
In law school. So
been there.
I'd rather just run my own business and work for myself. So
so what are you thinking of like pushing towards that, or are you already pushing towards that?
I'm getting there. I've been getting there for a while. I just have this idea. It was so interesting when we were in training. Taylor was like, so one of the first things you'll hear from our clients is that they don't want to launch because it's not perfect. Like their site's not what they want it to be.
Sure.
And we make those edits after we launch. I have been there. Literally, I have like 3 or 4 different websites completely designed completely differently, but completely designed. Not all of my inventory's up on them though, and that's my issue. Is the websites aren't perfect. I can't decide which one I like, and not all my inventory's up, but some of it is. And I just can't decide which one to launch, and I've been stuck there for like a year. Yeah.
Any particular websites that we should peruse now while I have a certain screen available for us to
peruse? None of them are published. Oh, okay. They're all like still waiting to go live.
Gotcha.
I have them in I have like a Squarespace one, I have a Shopify one, and I have a Wix site.
Gotcha. And see, I do all mine through Wix. I should probably commission mine to get built because I feel like my aesthetic is like getting old.
See, it's interesting. I was like, thinking about it, Town Square, I might see.
Yeah, I mean, if you got products, Cole's gonna pitch you at some point because he was pitching us all through training.
I know
that boy. Goodness.
His office crush. Exciting.
Oh, that's right. So we found out that a little certain someone from my team has a crush on one of our training associates. No developments yet, but like whatever information I get from her will be fed so that when he makes his move, he's prepared. Like
I just want to watch. I just want to watch the whole thing.
Watching is fun. Not to take that into a dirty context.
No, but him, I really cannot picture him hitting on a girl.
You know what? You're right.
In the best way possible.
Like, he's lots of love for sure, but
outgoing and so friendly to everyone.
Right. I feel like I would see him. Honestly, I feel like if I were to be like, go for it, Cole. I feel like he would actually get like really blushed.
Yes.
Like I feel like he would like kind of curl up a little bit. Like, it's okay. I sussed her out. She likes you. Go for it, bro. Yes. You literally could not mess it up unless you tried to mess it up. And then watch him mess it up. It's like, Cole, you had one job.
One job.
Drinks was all you were going for, and you went for a 5-year plan, brah.
And there's literally 7 bars you can choose from. Like, we're right downstairs.
Like, if you're you do save calls every day. Just address her objections.
Empathize, agree.
Ask questions, steer the conversation, repeat as needed, brah. We learned this for 2 weeks. Granted, I suck ass at objection handling. I cannot to save my life. Were you in the training? Yeah, you were in the training with us when I locked the fuck up.
Yeah, but you're so good on the phone, though. It was literally just like the training role playing that messed you up. It wasn't like in doing it, you did fine.
You have so much faith in me, and I love that. But let's get to the reality of it. Because since we've been on our teams, I've had 1 or 2 objections, and I was like, let me call you back. And I hung up the phone. Which I need to work on because I should be able to handle them on the phone. Thankfully, I got a really chill manager. How much longer he'll remain chill with me, I have yet to be able to determine. But I'm going to milk that shit for all it's worth. Absolutely.
It's evident that you're working very hard. And I feel like that is A for effort. That's where we're at. A for effort. And you got it. Good. All A's here.
Ooh, but grading for optimizing my stress relief is like at a D right now. I need to work on not freaking the frick out as much as I do.
See, I feel like I should stress just a little bit more. I feel like maybe a little bit of stress would be good in my life.
I don't know. The way it sounds like you're going pretty smooth. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing is what's coming to my mind. Like,
that's where I'm at.
But we also don't want it to break in a way that we're not anticipating, right?
Yeah, I just feel like I'm just like waiting. I'm just like, I'm waiting.
You said you're waiting for that shoe to drop, something like that. Oof. What do you think it'll be? Like, if you were to guess to me, like, what could possibly be the one thing that comes out of left field for me?
That, like, I guess I'm just anticipating someone, I don't know how, but that someone would just be like, hey, you haven't spoken to me in a month. And I'm like, wait, how, 2 months, 3 months, how did I forget you? Like, I am, very careful.
Right.
Very, like, I don't know. I just feel like that would be my biggest fear is that somebody like, you haven't spoken to me. I'm out.
Right.
And I feel like if you truly haven't spoken to them, there's no way to fix that. If you have spoken to them and you've got it noted, you can be like, listen, bro, it's right here. Like, look at it. I have found myself missing a couple of times where I didn't note that I tried to call someone, and I'm like, oh crap, when did I call them? And then my manager's like, dude, put it in the notes, bro. Put it in the notes. Yeah.
But I think for me, it's like I've had so many cancels so far that what I've been doing the past week is I've been organizing my whole book by bill date, and I'm handling the soonest ones because like I'm gonna make sure that you're good before the second comes by.
Yeah. Yeah.
And no one's called from that date range yet, so I'm happy about that. Because everyone's like, make sure you address somebody like half a month or so before their next bill date.
Yeah.
To make sure that they're good and smoothed over, right? And with it being the beginning of the month and like me not knowing how often or if I've even spoken to them yet, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get through all 20 of these people like right now.
Yeah.
So many of them seem to be like at the beginning of the month, which I think is crap. It's like, come on. I can't fit them all, like, especially when we have 150 people. I can't fit them all into like a week. So I don't think.
I only have 3 that are pending cancellation. And it's the same 3 I've had since we were in Hot Pod.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't had another one yet. I haven't had anybody request. All the wood.
This should be real wood. Yeah, this should be real wood.
All of it.
I'm not sure that is, but I'm pretty sure this is.
But yeah, so I feel like that's made my life a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I've only had one save call. The other guys haven't picked up multiple times. And he was like, yeah, we're just not going to have a website. We're just going to work off business cards. And I was like, so what if somebody across town wants to give you a call? Where are they supposed to find your phone number? And he just stopped there for a second. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Let me talk to my business partner. I was like, okay, cool. I'll
Go
be
for
here.
it. Yeah, exactly. I'll be here.
Dude, where did you think this conversation was going to go? I feel like I have no script. Like, I start with the script, and then I just wing it. I wing everything.
And I thought going off script would help with me. Like, in the past with radio, I've noticed that scripted shit does not work for me. But now I'm thinking maybe I should try the scripted a little bit more. Because I feel like I'm jumping around, and it's not maintaining the best to walk through conversation.
Sometimes I get that way, but I've found that when I do follow the script, I feel like I get more tripped up because the client isn't following the script.
Yeah.
They don't know. So like when I ask a question about like their services and they want to start talking about like, oh, well, I started this service like however many years ago, then like in my brain, I'm like, okay, they're jumping down to like the SEO history and I need to.
Yeah.
And like, I just like roll with the conversation. Yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. You want to talk about your SEO history a little? Like, let's get there.
I will say when you get a client who's like package 2 plus the engage plus the retargeting plus the social media, that'll throw you for a bit. I don't know if you have anyone like that yet.
I've only had one that had engaged.
And I was just like, I'm not even sure I recall what this was. I was literally looking at the boxes to pick off of. I'm like, so with this, you do this and this and this and this, like no script whatsoever. Because I completely, like, I knew kind of basically what it was, but I was like, I'm looking at like my rate cards. Like, there's no like definition. It's not on there yet. It's like, so you do this, this, and this. And it kind of sold it for the most part. But he was also already like, not to rush you, but like, how much longer are we going to be on there? I was like, we're going to fly through this at this point because I'm kind of done too. It's Friday. Yeah.
And I found that if you just let them talk at the end, you can go back and kind of like fill things in.
Yeah.
And I'm big, like I cannot type and listen and like read all at the same time. It just doesn't work for me. I'm a writer. Like I write everything down.
Yeah.
So I'll fill in like the beginning part of everything. And then I just like take notes the entire time we're on the phone. And I don't even look at the form itself.
Gotcha.
Unless I'm just like making sure that I'm hitting all my points.
Right.
But I don't ever try and type anything into the computer while I'm like on the phone unless like I need to look something up.
Now, how fast are you writing? Because I try to be too neat, so I take forever.
Oh, no. I have chicken scratch. Literally nobody could ever read what I wrote.
But you can read your chicken scratch.
Absolutely.
That's all you need.
I know exactly what that says.
That's the key to life right there. Chicken scratch, but only I can read my chicken scratch. That reminds me of this morning when our team had our meeting and like I was looking over my manager's shoulder at his notes. I'm like, what the fuck does any of that say? Yeah. And he was like, okay, next item on the list is this. I'm like, how the fuck can you tell that? I'm like, that's not even English, bro. That's like Sanskrit. But hey, if you can read it,
I think working in the service industry, that's where that came from for me.
Oh, yeah?
100%. Because I would have a 7 people like table, and they're all ordering drinks and appetizers and desserts. And like I have 2 sentences, and it's just like just letter after letter after letter, and I know what all of it means.
See, I was in service too, but I was never in like a sit down. Well, I was in a sit down restaurant, but it wasn't like where we have hosts.
Yeah,
I was in McAllister's Deli, which is something between fast food and that, because we have busters and runners and whatnot that take the food out and whatnot. But as far as writing things down, we don't do that with the orders. Yeah, they come up to us at the counter and we type it in. Yeah, so I've never gotten to really work out my food services writing abilities.
Oh, it's so quick. And now it's interesting because I feel like it's helped me now. Like, especially I feel like because like, a lot of the clients do the same thing. Right. So like I have it down like landscaping, LSC.
You're right.
Easy.
For me, it's been roofing. Like, okay, PVC, gotcha. Stucco, gotcha. Spanish tile, gotcha. Yes. Tile, awesome.
It's just been, I had my kind of go-to phrase, I feel like, because I asked top services or like, what do you do well? Or like, what, and people will say something. I'm like, I have literally no clue what that means. I don't know what you're saying at all. You're speaking a foreign language to me. Okay, I need you to explain it to me like I'm 5 years old. Sure. Okay. And then they're like, oh, okay.
That's a
so
good
like
line.
You're explaining this to me. And I'm like, yes, just like I'm explaining it to you.
Gotcha. See, I find we get stuck whenever I get to like the elevator pitch speech part. I'm like, so if I always try to be like, so if I'm talking to somebody in Charleston and I'm trying to convince them, hey, go with this guy's services, what should I tell them? And they're like, well, I mean, we do this. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get that. But what makes your business worthwhile? Why should they talk and contact you? Exactly. And they're like, and for my clients so far, that only kind of gets them going a little bit. It's not the magical fix like it is with their clients. I'm like, okay, so how else can I try to fix this up? I have begun using the industry guides a bit more, which has helped out a little bit. Because I know what to ask, but my guy today, even using those questions, like, okay, do you do this or this? He's like, I mean, I do both with this kind of apartment. I went to this one guy yesterday. He would always do a tangent. I'm like, I asked you like a question that requires like a 1-sentence answer. Right. I don't need a chapter. Either. Like, and then when he got to the point where he was like, so not to rush you or anything, I'm like, you're the one taking forever. Please rush me. Like, please rush me off the phone.
So I've just kind of like pushed that, like that whole embarrassment, scared to fail. Like, I'm the only person who's going to be embarrassed. Like, nobody else is actually going to care. If they're going to make fun of me, they weren't going to be my friend or my fan in the first place anyways. So, and if I'm not embarrassed, like, if I cannot get embarrassed, you can't embarrass me. So.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
If I'm going to laugh at myself regardless, you can't laugh at me first. So.
Sure. Take the power away.
Exactly.
So now I'm going to move on to, I think, what's been a favorite new addition to the show, which is talking about submitted office gossip stories. Now, well, first of all, I'm going to take this off, so I'm not projecting stories across the room and out the window. So, but as my guest, I do want to provide you the opportunity to speak your piece first. Do you have any experiences, questions, or gossip from now or recent that you want to spread or share?
So I did some research about someone on your team. Someone we've discussed before.
I think I know who it is.
Yes. There's a questionable relationship with a question mark. Not quite sure if it is still
solid. Yeah.
Or if it's just, not a social media guy.
Right.
Not quite sure. Very interested to find out. Also, it's just very interesting meeting everyone. I just am very curious to like see different people around other people.
Right.
But no specific gossip.
Right.
We'll let it build, and I can actually come in here and tell stories.
I will say it's like, first, one of the things I'm noticing at work is like, whenever we're talking about the weekend, everyone's like, I'm going to this lake house, or like, I'm going to this pool party at the lake. It's like, does everyone here have a fucking lake house?
I know.
Like, is Senior that good? Right? Senior sounds really, really good. Everyone has a lake house.
Right.
Or if it's not, it's actually, honestly, it's not them who have a lake house. It's their significant other or current significant other who has a lake house.
Right. So it's like, do you get a senior and then get the significant other with the lake house?
Right. Like, is there is this a cult? Is this a cult? Senior vibe, DMS cult. Like, why do all of you fuckers have a lake house? Like, I feel like that's expensive. And I've never looked at that number before. Like I know I've never laid eyes on that dollar amount before.
Oh no.
With any confidence that it could be mine. Like there's no way. But y'all seem to have one, so I'm looking forward to seeing your tier. Like I don't know what it is, but it's
going to this beach house, going here, going to this part. I'm like, great, wonderful. Can't wait to slide right in. This sounds great.
Oh man. Let's see. Anything for me for this current job is like, please. First of all, so what I was saying before is like, so my first thoughts getting in here, day one of training, I was on the top floor, which is where all the salespeople are. And I was like, I don't know why all these sales boys are handsome in the face, but they're all then so dumpy on the backside.
Right.
Like, are y'all, like, here's what I literally think, and I told this to you earlier. I literally think these boys sell their I don't want to say their packages. That sounds really wrong. But they are, though. I feel like they sell every client on a Teams call, video included, because I feel like every one of these pretty in the face but dumpy, double caked up boys casually tosses their pencil towards the end of the call when the sale hasn't been made yet, so they can just casually bend over and pick it up. Then all of a sudden it's like, for the clients, like 2 cakes on the screen. It's like it's like they're tapping their card on the table. Take it. Like, I'd be on the other side of that call with my little jar of pennies making it rain.
I'd be sweating. I'd be like,
how many services do you offer?
I'll take all of them.
I'll take every service, man.
Every service.
Every conceivable service. Like, I don't understand what the point is. And it seems like they all
upstairs?
Like, right?
Take a field
I saw somebody else. So granted, our teammate Sam has been trying to point somebody out to me, and I noticed who that was finally today after she got back from lunch. But this other dude who came in around the time she went to lunch, I'm like, is this the person she's talking about?
You were telling me?
Like, I could not find him. I tried to nonchalantly just like peruse the dark corner, which is the design people. Didn't see him. I'm sure he was a salesperson. Why he was down in the marketing area, I don't know. But it was like one of those, like, he had the perfect amount of scruff. The hair was like back that way with like enough bounce in the front. Love it. He knew that he was wearing a polo just a bit too tight. He knew he was. He also knows that his khakis were also just a bit too tight.
Oh, love it. Love that.
Love it, though. Like,
khakis always have to be.
I wish that the Friday rules for casual wear were the same, because I need you in gray sweatpants. One time.
Okay, but I feel like they understand, because listen, if those gray sweatpants, I feel like no one would be working.
True.
Not a damn one. There would be zero work getting done.
Like that, there was when I was on the radio station at school, there was one guy that like everyone low-key had a crush on, and he ended up being on the station. What are they called? People who ran the station. And so he would be in front of the big room when we had huge station meetings, right? And there was one day he wore gray business pants. Every angle I saw,
take my money.
Take my money. Take my money. Take me anywhere. Oh my God. I know exactly what I would have gotten to work with had I made my move back then. Like, these boys, like, Town Square has some kind of like checklist when they're hiring their salespeople. Because like,
they really do.
Even Cole, our goofy, lovable, very amiable teammate, he's a cute kid. He's a really cute kid. I still feel like if we were to push to like address a particular lady on my team, then he would like definitely blush up. But Town Square Interactive.
Well, being uptown in general, you see a lot. So I have kind of the same general area where I park my car every day. And there have been multiple times, I think we're going on like 4 or 5 now, same person, always in scrubs.
You love scrubs. We love scrubs.
We see it. It's wonderful. It's become like a regular thing, but like not regular, just like semi-regular. And we both notice. Like, we both are well aware that we see each other every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I'm just kind of like waiting on something to happen. I might just like drop dead in the middle of the street and see what happens.
Be like, mouth to mouth, please. Thank you.
See what you can do.
Speaking of, there was a guy in my last job. I was over off Kenilworth, and there was one of those Novant Health right in the same parking lot as us. There was a young male nurse, doctor, person, whatever, but he would come out to the cars and like check people. Mm-hmm. And when he was facing away from me, all I saw were the cakes.
Perfect.
Like, it's like someone like took like the 2 or 3 threads just below the cheek and just pulled them out and tightened just that little lip behind the butt so that you saw the entire curvature of this man's butt. We love scrubs. I love scrubs. I'll never have an issue with scrubs in my life. Ever. Oh my God. Oh, I need a man.
Scrubs.
I need a man. I'm not lucky enough like Bree to already be married. Lord have mercy. So let's talk about some submitted stories. So this one here reads, sounds like they might work in a hotel or maybe they're a concierge in some kind of apartment building. So the title is, I'm getting tired of guests calling asking why they are being charged damage fees and acting stupid. Okay. This is probably the 3rd time since I've started at my big job that someone who has asked why they were being charged so much money after acting dumb and then being told why by me. I'm getting so damn tired of it. Calling me way later isn't going to make me forget what happened, and you're still going to be charged even if you play stupid. It's playing stupid. Gotcha. For this time, what happened, I had a gentleman call about him being charged $400 and that he stayed in early May, so I found his reservation and it says right here, and it would have said, I hate it when they don't know how to write, said it on his receipt too, that he was charged $200 for the bed being soiled and the whole mattress had to be replaced. I explained this to him and he told me he never did that and his wife would say that she had an accident if she did. Well, it looks like she didn't then, huh? Now, don't get me wrong, I understand accidents happen, but they never informed us and just left it like that, didn't even try to at least remove the sheets off the bed. He was asking what now, and I had to tell him there's nothing to do now, and he would have to talk to management in the morning. He kept trying to pull me in circles to change my answer by asking the question differently each time, and each time I told him he would have to speak with management. I'm done with these people thinking that we are dumb enough not to know what happened and that trying to call at a later time to see if we forgot. Like, dude, if you have seen your statements or for the stay earlier in the month, you would have seen your statements for the stay earlier in the month, not just now. I don't know what that last sentence means, but okay.
Interesting.
A hotel, you soiled the sheets, you didn't change them, or at least acknowledge it happened. I charge you more than $200.
Yeah, I feel like $200, you're not getting a mattress that cheap. Yeah. That is great deal.
Mm-hmm. What's that one movie that starts off with the girls who are working in the hotel? The opening scenes they're football players, and like she goes into one of the rooms and like she finds like the condom on the floor, and she walks out to the beach where they all are. She's like, hey, look, this, ties it up, throws it in the basket. It's that easy. And like she gets fired right away. But oh my God, I don't know if it's not Rip Girls, but it's something like Rip Girls where they're working like in a hotel on the beach. And then she's like, I'm done. They should know better. Yeah, I would have done that and then charged you $400.
Yeah, I feel like common decency. I mean,
they serve, but they are not servants. Like, man, I was a concierge recently, and I can tell you some people, you can tell they never worked a day in their life.
No.
Ever. And they have zero issues not being aware of how much they show you they've never worked a day in their life.
I just really don't understand how some people are so rude. And then how you can be so rude to somebody you don't know. And then like on top of that, how you can just sit there and take it. I mean, like if someone were to be mean to me, I understand the customer is always right to a certain extent, but even as a server, even bartending, I will get an attitude with you if you push me to a certain point.
Sure.
So to be able to have to sit there actually and like be a concierge in hospitality, be like,
Oh, the number of times I wanted to reach across that desk. Ooh.
No, there have been plenty of customers come sit down at a restaurant and after a little while. I'm like, listen, we're just not going to do this. Like, I have no problem giving you an attitude. You give me an attitude, I can get it right back.
Like whoever said the customer was always right.
They lied.
Send them my number.
Yes.
Please.
I just want to talk.
Like, just want to talk. Axe behind my back. Just talk. It's okay. Right. Next submission. Supervisor has a crush on me. This can go a couple of different ways.
Okay.
I have a supervisor that I considered a good friend, and he is aware that I'm in a relationship. My current boyfriend and him used to be friends as we all worked together. For a while, he became really mean and cold towards me, and I dreaded working with him as he would make comments that were not necessarily inappropriate, but just mean, unnecessary, and uncomfortable. He is also my supervisor, though, so he gets to act however he wants and tell me what to do. He recently told me that he's had a bad crush on me for the entire 2 years of working together, and that he got this job because he noticed me when he was once a customer. I'm getting stalker
Red
vibes. He told me that he has been mean to me because of his crush on me as a way to deal with it, or because it was hard for him. I told him I didn't know how to respond because he knows I'm in a relationship. We agreed to be friends still. However, continuing to work with him, if I am not extra nice to him, he uses his supervisor position to boss me around in ways he doesn't do to other workers, or he is extra mean but is my supervisor, so I feel uncomfortable on shifts working with him.
Run.
Do I quit my job, or is there a better way to deal with this? It is affecting my mental health, but financially I rely on this job. What does your boyfriend do? Can he help you out for a couple months? Because you need to leave.
Yeah, no, run the other direction. I feel like, first of all, to become a supervisor someplace, like to get a job someplace because you saw someone as customer.
Just because of a crush.
In my head, I'm hearing like.
Exactly.
Like, no.
Like they're coming through the shower curtain with the steak knife.
No,
get the fuck out of there.
Absolutely not. That is. Yeah, no, run.
Like, granted, I've had, crushes too where it's like, honestly, seeing him one time in the day makes my day. But I'm not like.
Oh, I redirect my walking path to make sure I'm walking past.
Right.
Okay, but I'm not switching jobs for something.
I'm not. I'm not trying to like become that uninvited entity in their life because I know I don't belong there. Unless fate should have another decree and like make us a thing destined to be star-crossed lovers. But yeah, no, I realize that I've got a place in my life and they have theirs.
Yeah, and I just feel like, I don't know, it's almost scary to a certain like extent, like I don't know, how far is somebody willing to go, because bitches be tripping and bitches be crazy out here. So, there's just, run, red flag, run.
Exactly. I do not know what to. So I have no idea what to do. All right, let's try this next submission. Come on. In a casual conversation with an employee, I accidentally name-dropped another employee who tested positive for COVID. Later that day, I received an email from said employee telling me not to violate HIPAA guidelines again in the future. How should I respond? I mean, it was a slip-up, but that's. I feel like that's kind of a hard slip-up to make.
I don't know. I feel like it completely depends on the situation. Like, is this person... Yes, I see 100% see both sides. It is 100% a HIPAA violation, but it's also one of those things. How many times have you been in the office and been like, "Oh yeah, we were out together and they tested positive," like, or I mean, like now I have to go get tested or whatever the situation may be. Like, you got to trace it back somehow. How else are you going to do that besides violating HIPAA? Like, you got to figure out to some extent. But I don't know. I guess you want everyone to be safe. You want everyone to be aware, but at the same time, you don't want to cross that line. But like, where's that boundary? You know what I mean? Of being like,
Right. That's a hard one. You can't take it back. It happened. Yeah. So I would just honestly, I would just be like, I'm totally sorry. Yeah. I did not mean to name drop you. I just got into a conversation and I forgot to filter what I was saying. Yeah. I can't take it back, but it wasn't personal.
Yeah.
Unless it was.
That's a completely
different
story.
But they didn't include that information in those stories, so we don't know.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Fine. If that's what you want. This title reads, load at some point, please. Thank you. Blank page. We love a blank page. We absolutely love a blank page.
Creative freedom, really.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I like to be able to read things myself, but I mean, I can try to like see invisible ink or invisible text, as it were. Right. How do I confirm if my employee is really from a diverse background? It's a weird title. Immediately with title, I'm going to say I'm not sure it's your business, but okay.
Yeah.
So I work as a manager, non-HR, at a big company, and I was talking to our HR business partner a few days ago, and they informed me that one of my employees switched their status from white to Native American recently. HR person said sometimes it's okay if the data was simply incorrect, but we both agreed this person was probably white and is trying to game the system. HR person asked me to conduct an informal investigation to determine if this person is actually white or Native American. How do I get started on this? I don't even know where to begin. I'm not sure you should begin, honestly. I mean, well, granted, I'm kind of curious as to like what would the benefits be?
Yeah, what are the issues with that? Like where, I can understand completely, obviously changing your race when you're not
right.
That's
its own thing.
Yes.
And it's like rude.
But if if it was wrong to begin with, I don't know, I could look at that almost as either A, you messed up the first time, you're trying to game the system for no real clue what the outcome would be, or maybe they just took an ancestry test.
Right.
Recently, and they're like, oh, shit, I'm actually...
Now, with ancestry, I will say I took a test recently, and I found that I was 2% Congo, but they took it away. So I was black, and now I'm not black. Legit. So I don't know. So for me, I have a lot in me. I'm a mutt, but they never put mutt as an option because it's kind of rude, I guess. But
slightly.
I always look, for me, it's like every application's like, do I do white and not Hispanic? Do I do Hispanic, not white? Or do I do a mix?
Yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah, I think that's just a weird place to be.
Well, it's weird because I always get the opposite question.
Right.
I will check white and people argue with me. Mm-hmm. They're like, no, you're not. I'm like, I think it would know. Thank you.
I think it would. Exactly.
I think I'm aware.
Oh, man. I'd love to go further, but I think we're out of time for this episode. You were so great on the show. I really do appreciate it. Nicole's amazing. I'm going to make sure all of our contact info, or at least her socials, are in the description below. In the meantime, you're going to be on here again because you were awesome. It'll be a less stressful day, hopefully, that day, so I can prepare more stuff for us to talk about. But in the meantime, have a good weekend. I'll see you next time. And check us out on YouTube and the other streaming platforms for when this episode comes out.
Yay.
Bye. Bye.